Good morning. Hello, everyone. We're back at it again. This is Friday, and I guess a number of you are probably really happy that it's Friday and the end of the week. As a self-employed person, I kind of take it for granted what day it is. Doesn't matter as much, especially when you work 24/7, 365. You don't keep track of holidays or the weekdays or anything else, pretty much. As much as other people. Anyway, looks like it's going to be a gloomy day today, but I'm feeling great. I think having no debt, the realization of just, having an ongoing situation where there's very little or zero debt. In this case, it's zero debt, so I appreciate that. Just want to pass that along to you guys who are struggling to pay your bills or trying to make sure you get those bills paid off. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and when you get there, you really feel good. Just 1 second, make some noise here. Yeah, so when you get there and you see those credit card balances reduced to zero, that's smart, that's intelligent. When you are struggling with paying interest on credit cards and all of that, that takes away from the amount of money that you have left over to save and invest. So remember, it's not smart to manage your debt. What's smart is to get rid of it. You don't juggle debt forever. You just get rid of it, and get rid of that debt one way or the other, and then start building up your savings, start building up your investment. That's smart. Okay, anything else is just stupid and it's procrastination. It's not going to help you or your family or your business. So anyway, money talks, cash talks. And that's true then, true now, and it'll be true in the future. That won't change at all. So anyway, what's going on in the world? Can't think of a whole lot that's going on except that that everybody is obsessed with the Brett Kavanaugh hearings and the lady who the accuser. She seems to be making a lot of headway as far as getting at least attention brought to women who are suffering in that position. I think is a good thing. A lot of women definitely need a voice, and a lot of men definitely need to shut up, stop talking so much, and start listening, and maybe they'll get the point of the whole matter, and see why is it that we have such a bias against women, professionally, personally, and otherwise. So anyway, we have a long way to go, and hopefully women like this will allow us to make a step forward in the right direction. What else is going on? Can't think of anything right now. Let me introduce myself. My name is Monty Henry, owner of DPL Surveillance Equipment. We run a full-service surveillance and security equipment company. We have lifetime guarantees and warranties on all the products. We have 24/7, 365 tech sales and customer support. We have the largest inventory of items that not only can you buy, but you can rent them and you can lay away them as well. We have the largest media library. And by that I mean the articles and the podcasts and the blogs and the demonstration videos, all those things that add up to a humongous amount of free content. Go there, learn about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, finance and economics, health and fitness. We talk about longevity, the idea of living forever, hopefully. And we talk about genetic engineering, gene modification. What else? Of course, terrorism, counterterrorism, or surveillance and counter-surveillance, rather, anti-terrorist products and technologies. Just goes on and on and on. Have a miscellaneous category as well. So between the economics and finance and the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies alone, those articles alone will enlighten a lot of you interested in dealing with money and learning about how to manage money, where money comes from and how it was born, the origins, where it's going to go in the future as compared to where it is now. So I think that's very eye-opening as well. We do accept Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies on our website. Thank goodness, finally. The website designer put a plug-in into our shopping cart, so anybody who's like we have that have been invested in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin for a while, you know that the wealth does add up and it does build up. This has been the world's best performing asset class for at least 3 or 4 years. So that speaks for itself. Google it, look it up, and see for yourself. So we do know that has made a lot of people financially independent, and it's contributed to their financial sovereignty. So yeah, use your Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bcash in the shopping cart. The website is completely redesigned, works very well. Lots of features and things going on behind the scenes to make the shopping experience and the perusing and the navigating very, very easy and hopefully such that you'll use it yourself and recommend it to others. Now, moving right along, today's topic. Oh yeah, before I forget, we have to poke an eye in the eye of the poke a finger in the eye of the MasterCards and the Visas and the credit card industry overall and the banking system completely collapsing. I'm reading about more and more scandals associated with HSBC, UBS, Wells Fargo, Citibank, all of the usual suspects, American Express, MasterCard, Visa, JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, everybody's caught up in scandals. You name it, there's not a scandal that these guys haven't been caught up in. You have to be absolutely stupid or retarded or something to have a belief in the traditional banking, fiat-based economic system out there. It's a total scam and a ripoff. And if you read as much as I do, and hopefully you guys are reading, you'll see that they are very good at taking money from people and not giving it back. So anyway, learn the lesson, learn it quickly, and find out why Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and the blockchain is going to upend all of that madness. So let's move right along into this particular article. This particular article, let me frame it real fast. A lot of you, like me and my wife and family, we want to check into as much as possible the idea of living off the grid. I've written tons of articles about living off the grid, and a lot of people are indeed interested. People want to get off the grid. They want to disconnect from, everything associated with traditional living. That means giving up the bank accounts, giving up the association with the corporations, telling the IRS and the various agencies where to go and where to stick it. So yeah, if we can unplug and disconnect and live off the grid, I think that would be very appealing for a lot of people. And there are indeed a lot of people that are doing it. And my articles illustrate how they're doing it, why they're doing it, and what's in store for the future of off-grid living. This particular article is entitled, what is it entitled? The Homes Where Families Go Off the Grid. Again, the homes where families go off the grid. Advances in solar, wind, and water technologies make tapping renewable energy easier, but it's still hard to fully unplug. Heather and Philip Steyn's 35-acre mountain ranch deep within Colorado's Roosevelt National Forest is 5 miles from the nearest electric utility pole, yet their gourmet kitchen is loaded with built-in appliances. There's a hot tub on the deck, and the hand-distressed Brazilian oak floors are warmed by a radiant heating system, all powered by solar and wind energy. The Steyns, veterinarians who raise sheep and keep horses on their ranch, never planned to live off-grid. We fell in love with the property and where it was located. We didn't do it to be green. We did it out of necessity. Dr. Steyn, 47, said of her home, it was cost prohibitive to put the house on the grid. Whether they want to live in rugged locations, create a hedge against power failures, or to reduce their utility costs while shrinking their carbon footprint, homeowners are investing in a range of renewable energy technologies. Solar panels, which have become more efficient and affordable, are already the norm in some neighborhoods, but a range of new off-grid innovations, from sensor-activated solar systems that power homes through blackouts to ultraviolet filters that sterilize rainwater for drinking and bathing, are finding their way to the residential market. Nearly 2 million U.S. homes will have some form of solar power by the end of this year, compared with just over 138,000 homes in 2010, According to a study by the Solar Energy Industries Association, a trade group, and Wood Mackenzie, an energy research and consultancy firm, and the price of residential solar systems has fallen by about 70% since 2008, said analyst Ben Gallagher. The Steyns, Colorado ranch runs off of a computer-automated system that harnesses power from a variety of sources. They have a 5.7 kilowatt array of photovoltaic panels in a pasture, supplemented by a hillside wind turbine that charges a large battery bank that provides electricity for the 3,240 square foot main home, a ranch manager's apartment, and a bunkhouse. Rooftop solar panels heat water from the radiant heating system in the floors. Rooftop panels heat water for the radiant heating system in the floors, the showers, dishwasher, and hot tub. The batteries can provide enough electricity to last 3 or 4 cloudy days. Failing that, the Steyns have a 1,000-gallon propane tank that can fuel 2 backup generators. The entire system costs about $250,000, Dr. Steyn said. The couple spent about $1 million on the ranch, completed in 2005. They are now building a new solar home in Cotacachi, Ecuador, where they founded a nonprofit veterinary clinic and have listed the Colorado property for $1.7 million. Austin and Randall Slemp, who live in Santa Fe, New Mexico, bought a 2-bedroom solar home in Tahoe, New Mexico, for $295,000 last November. Partially wrapped in corrugated metal, the 1,250 square foot house has passive solar features such as double paned glass walls that face south and dark, whatever that means. Acid stained concrete floors that work in tandem to absorb warmth from the sun during the winter. The home's butterfly-shaped roof collects rainwater for home use, and there's an array of 6 photovoltaic panels by the driveway, feeding power back into the main grid. As soon as it popped up on my phone, I called our realtor, said Ms. Slump, a 27-year-old web designer who bought the house designed by sustainable builders sight unseen, vying with 2 other bidders. The home's spiffy off-grid features are also practical. The cost of drilling a well in areas of Tahoe can run between $80,000 and $100,000, according to David Fries, a real estate agent with Sotheby's International Realty, who represented the Slimps in the sale. The Slimps used the home as a weekend retreat, but also tout it as an off-the-grid luxury rental for $250 to $300 a night. We are tapping into the market for ecotourism, said Mr. Slimp, a 28-year-old entrepreneur and investor. The home's 2 bedrooms, washing machine, dishwasher, kitchen sinks, and ice maker all run on harvested rainwater, which is funneled from the roof into cisterns and purified by multiple filtration systems. Like many homeowners with solar-powered homes, the Slimps earn utility credits for the unused power their panels generate. Other homeowners are installing hybrid solar systems that can also be used as a backup in the event of a grid failure. In March, John and Sandra Headland, both 74, invested $80,000 in a hybrid system for their home in Virginia's Tidewater region, with 84 rooftop solar panels linked to a LG lithium-ion battery. The system has 2 inverters, which convert the direct current DC output from the photovoltaic panels into appliance-friendly alternating current, or AC, power. One inverter is tied to the grid and earns credit from the electric company. The other can power a cottage on their property if there's a blackout. Mr. Headlung, a retired database engineer, said his solar-powered backup system gave him greater peace of mind. We are not going to run out of power from the sun. It's a different story in Vermont, where Ashley and Jack Adamant own a solar-powered 1,400 square foot home with 12 rooftop panels on a 30-acre property outside of Montpelier. The solar panels power all the appliances, the radiant heat, and the air conditioning as long as the sun is shining. The Adamant's 24-volt battery system doesn't have enough capacity to power them through extended periods of cloudy weather. For 9 months of the year, we produce way more electricity than we can use, said Ms. Adamant, 32, a writer who with a writer with 2 children who dispenses tips on off-grid living on her practical self-reliance blog. But from Thanksgiving to the end of January, days are short and the sun is so low not much is being generated. There are ice storms. Even if a small part of the panel gets covered, the rest is much less efficient. The Adamants, who had moved off-grid so they could ditch corporate jobs for an active outdoor lifestyle, found themselves running inside to shower and do laundry in rare moments of winter sunshine. It was a constant thought. Can I do dishes now? Miss Adamant said. In 2016, they spent about $20,000 to connect to the grid, bringing power lines up from the main road and installing new equipment that allows them to tap in by flipping a switch. Now, if my 3-year-old dumps a jar of jam on herself and paints her body with it, she can have a shower on a cloudy day, Miss Adamant said. Currently, there are approximately 4,800 homes for sale in the United States that include solar panels in the property description, or 0.3% of all listings nationwide, according to an analysis of August data by Realtor.com. The most listings were in California, one of the states that credits homeowners for the excess energy they put back into the grid. However, in the top 10% of the market in metro areas where listings with solar power were most prevalent, luxury homes with solar tended to list for 6% less than homes without, a finding that suggests that photovoltaic panels have yet to attain the cachet of marble countertops for wealthy home buyers. Solar doesn't necessarily add value to the sale price of a house, said Christine Wood, an associate broker with Berkshire Hathaway Home Service in Taos, New Mexico, who was listing a 5,000 square foot solar panel home set on 30 acres for $1.8 million. The sellers realize there's a specific type of house and that we need to find a specific type of a buyer for it, she said. So again, guys, this particular article really illustrates that people are trying to get away from, the conventional rat race that we live in. Get off the hamster wheel. Look into off-grid living. Look into this alternate economic model with that involves Bitcoin and blockchain. Keep it open mind and understand a lot of people are indeed moving out of the country, getting dual citizenship passports for a reason, okay? When you see a lot of people revoking their citizenship, getting dual passports, looking into living in Peru, looking into living in Costa Rica, certain places. Me and my wife did a nice vacation trip to Peru and Puerto Rico, and we're very impressed by the ease of living, the very comfortable, laid-back lifestyle in Peru and Costa Rica, and I think you guys will do yourselves and your families a tremendous favor by being a little bit more open-minded and looking into some of these strategies exhibited by either off-the-grid living and involvement with cryptocurrencies and getting away from the traditional fiat system. It seems to the traditional fiat system seems to be financially oppressive and keeping a lot of people from reaching their goals and dreams. Anyway, we're going to conclude this particular podcast. Like we like to say at the end of every podcast, you guys be safe out there and keep your eyes and ears open. And we'll talk to you later. Have a good day. Thank you. Take care. Bye.